Welcome back, everybody. We're gonna do. I'm gonna scoot my mic here. We're gonna do the bot thing tonight. I'm gonna play against a bot, and if you are at the level or below that this bot is, which it's a little bit different, like a 1200 rated bot, like you're actually probably beating them at like 900 or 1000. But if you're at the correct elo, learn something from these games. I enjoy teaching a lot. That's why I'm doing this. I have nothing to gain from it other than that. And of course, your like and your subscribe. But yeah, without further ado, let's play a bot. So the next one up, we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go to Sven. I was going to maybe just do, 100-point jumps, but I'll do like every other. I remember having some trouble with Sven, and we've got it on shuffle, so we're gonna play black. Make sure all right, and so he's playing now. I play a lot of the Caro-Kann, so let's try and maybe learn a little bit about the Caro-Kann. He's playing the two pawns in the center, e4 and e5, or d4 and e4. So he pushes, he advances, the advanced variation. I like to do, everybody, like a lot of people call this like the Gotham way of playing the Caro-Kann. I've always had good success with it. I played this. Just beat somebody in my last game with this, actually. He takes right away. So actually, kind of interestingly enough, you actually want to develop. You aren't going to try and grab that right away. So in this case right here, I'm already out of book a bit. So I guess, we'll just kind of try and figure out what makes sense for us. I think this is actually not a terrible move. He can take, and then you just use that file to attack. But in this situation, we're just going to develop here. It's a developing move. It's one of the only developing moves you can make. We take back. He has two soft pawns. So we're just going to open up. We're going to get our structure solid. We're going to open up. And he's going to play like this. So if we push here, he will likely do something like this. Takes, and then, we can do the trades. I actually don't see anything wrong with that. Just for sake of learning, let's see how he reacts to this. Okay, so I don't think that was a great move, so we're just going to go ahead and take. I assume he takes back with queen. Now, this is a thing. So this queen is now guarding this pawn, this queen, and so only that queen. If you look around a little bit more, you'll notice that this pawn is hanging. So let's go ahead and take that. Now, I don't want to help his rook develop. So now, interestingly, this is a viable move. Actually, but the thing about it is, if he goes like right here, then your bishop's hanging. But it could allow my rook to get like crazy active. That would be something to review after the game. I'm not 100% sure that I'm ready to go that direction. But what about just solidifying my bishop in the center of his, or on his back rank? Then this pawn's weak. Well, I mean, it's already weak. Actually, that's a pretty good, it's a pretty big consideration to make. I think I'm going to try it for the memes. Okay. Now we're just going to go straight over here and check him. Okay. Now, what does he do after this? we of course do have to visit to make sure we're doing something about this threat. So guarding this pawn at this point is what I'm going to do. Now, all right, so the queens are traded. I'll be honest, this could be a little bit scary for me. I'm going to go ahead and try and win this knight. I don't know if he has a way of... Well, he can go here or there. That's actually a good move. So we'll go here, and eventually this pawn is going to be weakened enough to where we can take it. Now, if my rook wasn't hanging here, I would say that we have a fork, but we don't quite have a fork. This pawn is hanging. Let's take it. Usually it's just a matter of seeing what your options are and weighing out which is best. We can also take this pawn and then trade. But let's take the center pawn. That actually looks pretty decent. He takes back with rook, I take back with knight, and then you have this to worry about, forking these two, which isn't a huge deal, but I actually think I'm going to try it. This pawn does look really juicy to grab, but, you know. Oh, is that, yeah, does that just lose the game on the spot? How about that? It doesn't lose the game on the spot, but, you know, he misses a check, so there's that. Let's go ahead. Now, can you take this pawn? This is an instructive moment. Yeah, and I did blunder. Can you take this pawn? I had a feeling it was a bad idea, by the way. I mean, not like saying that to like justify myself. I'm just saying like often if you feel like something's wrong, you just have a bad feeling, you don't know why, you'll end up finding out that it's true, and that's your subconscious working, I believe. So if I take this and he crowds me, gets in like this, I don't have an escape square because he takes. So I can't take that pawn. No. So I can go here. And this is something I can try and grab. I'm trying to think if I just want to trade my knight. I probably do. So I'll trade the knight and take the pawn. See, there was not really a good reason to do that. I'm going to come out here to where I'm guarding these squares. He's probably going to try and double the rooks. Now let's get a lot of let's get a solid structure. You know, we're gonna do this, right? Now should we go for the pawn? Hold up. Let's kind of think about this. So like, let's say we go for the pawn and he does this, then we do this. He can go here, but if he does, I come here, but the knight takes. Or should I just go back here? I think this is playing it a little bit more aggressively. This might be the way to go. All right, what is he threatening? What is he threatening? I could very simply just try and advance this pawn a lot. So he was just opening up so the knight or the rook sees a pawn. Let's advance this. Now we gotta look for him trying to pick off the bishop, of course. So he blunders, and then like it's not really gonna be a game anymore. Was that like was that a viable tactic at all? I don't feel like it was. I'll just go here. An idea from this point, maybe even support the knight, anchor the knight, is just going to be the idea is going to be to push the pawns and promote. This square is covered. If it wasn't before, it would have been by my rook. So I can actually just go here, which I don't think there's any reason not to. If he checks me, I can go here. Interestingly enough, if I went here and he takes, I'm pretty sure this would just be so crushing that I could win the game. I don't really see a reason to do that though. I think I'm just gonna advance my king. First I'll guard the pawns. Like this. Yeah, we have no problems. I mean, I'm assuming they're trying to sacrifice. I don't think any of this is a problem. Yeah, so they're gonna sack that. Then I can just, this kind of just more or less blocks the path. Now let me think about this first. Should I just like, yeah. I don't think there's any reason not to do something like this. Also, he can't go there. That square is guarded. That's a fork of the knight or the king and the rook, so yeah, this game will it'll wrap up. So that was the wrong pawn to push, but nothing to be done here, unfortunately. The king is completely kicked out. So we beat 1100. We beat our second 1100 opponent. We can kind of ladder mate. I'm just trying to like, I think this is mate, yeah. All right. I did this whole game in the game review screen, which is fine. So yeah, it wasn't an accurate game, but we won comfortably. All right, so here, I had a feeling that wasn't the best move. It wanted me to lock in my bishop. And I just don't like that way of playing, unfortunately. I mean, how much worse is it? quite a bit worse, so I probably should just suck it up next time, but good to know for the future. Seems like the games don't usually go this way, but I gotta be prepared for everything. So I take back. It says I should have done something about that. So this was the best move. One of the main reasons I'm even doing this game review, this was the best move. Why? But why? Wait a second. It was saying. Oh, okay. That's what I don't want to do. Why is it saying that? Anyways, I should have brought the queen into the game. At that point, you know, if pushes, queen's taking, everything's getting the pawn back. And I don't think I played that accurately. Yeah, it says just come. Oh, because it wins. Yeah. How about that? Yeah, so it if you go here, it's a skewer and you just win the knight. And he's coming over here trying to get a queen trade. You're taking, they're taking, you're taking, they're taking, you're taking, you're up a piece. So it says I should be getting my queen more active. That kind of makes sense. It says a great move there. And then here comes my blunder. Yeah. Well, it calls it a miss. I think it was also a blunder, though. Great move by them. Says I should have taken the pawn earlier. Not a very accurate game. Lots of mistakes, but, you know. Grab the pawn. And I think at this point, yeah, I'm just like, I've got really just too much activity and a solid pawn chain. And I think my solid pawn chain more than makes up for the, you know, minor piece for a rook. And that was, yeah, just a mistake. Like, so what did that change? 2.6 to, yeah, so it was basically a completely blundered piece. So cool. 18-minute. Let's go ahead. Let's jump up to the. Nah, we'll save it for next time. We'll save it for next time. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. Next time we'll go up to the 1200 rated bot. For this time it was Sven, like off Frozen. Yeah, Frozen. Wow, blast from the past. All right, thanks a lot, guys.